The night Naomi gave her life to Christ, she didn't hear thunder or see visions, but by morning she had lost her family, her home, and everything she ever owned. Naomi was 26 years old, raised in a powerful and respected household. Her family had money, influence, and a name people feared to question. From childhood, her path had been carefully written: education, marriage, status, and silence. You did not challenge tradition in Naomi's family. You obeyed it. But something inside Naomi had been empty for years. One evening, after returning from a friend's house, Naomi sat alone in her room. The noise of the world felt unbearable. She picked up a Bible someone had once given her and began to read, not out of faith, but desperation. Her heart broke as she read words about grace, forgiveness, and freedom. For the first time in her life, she cried, not because she was afraid, but because she felt seen. That night, Naomi prayed a simple prayer. No long speech, no perfect words, just tears and surrender. And she knew, deep in her spirit, that her life would never be the same. The change was immediate. She stopped attending certain gatherings. She refused practices her family considered normal. She began waking up early to pray. She spoke about Jesus openly, quietly at first, then boldly. Her family noticed. At first they warned her, then they mocked her, then they threatened her. Her father called a family meeting and said, "You're embarrassing us. Stop this nonsense." Naomi calmly replied, "I can't. I belong to God now." That sentence changed everything. Within days, her parents made a decision. They would cut her off completely, financially, emotionally, socially. They believed hunger and fear would bring her back. Her bank account was blocked, her phone line disconnected, her clothes packed into a small bag and thrown outside the gate. Her mother's last words were, "If your God is real, let him feed you." That night, Naomi slept on the veranda of a church she barely knew. She had no money, no job, and nowhere to go. For the first time since her salvation, doubt crept in.
She whispered, "God, you called me, but I'm alone."
3 days passed. On the third night, Naomi had nothing left. No strength, no answers, only faith. She knelt on the cold floor and cried until her voice failed. Then she slept. At exactly 3:17 a.m., Naomi woke up suddenly. Her phone, dead for days, turned on by itself. One message appeared: "Get up, walk to the main road. I have prepared help for you." Fear rushed through her body, but peace followed immediately. Naomi obeyed. As she reached the road, a car slowed down and stopped. A woman stepped out, looked at Naomi, and burst into tears. She said, "God told me 3 nights ago to come here tonight. He said I would meet a daughter who was rejected for choosing him." That night, Naomi was given shelter. Within weeks, she received a job offer she never applied for. Within months, a ministry sponsored her education. Within a year, Naomi was speaking to young people about faith, restoration, and courage. Then one day, her family came looking for her, not because she was struggling, but because they heard she was flourishing. The same God they mocked had become her defender. Naomi lost everything when she chose God. But she gained something greater, the undeniable intervention of heaven. Naomi never planned to see her family again. After everything they had done, cutting her off, erasing her name, pretending she never existed, she had buried that chapter of her life deep in her heart. God had healed her, but scars still remained. 2 years had passed. Naomi was no longer the girl who slept on church verandas. She worked as a counselor in a faith-based organization, helping young women who had been rejected just like she once was. Her life wasn't perfect, but it was peaceful. For the first time, she felt secure, not because of money or family name, but because she trusted God completely. One afternoon, she received an invitation that made her hands tremble. Naomi never planned to see her family again. It was a formal letter addressed to her full name, the same name her family had once disowned. A national women's conference had invited Naomi to speak about faith, rejection, and restoration. She almost declined. Public speaking had never been part of her plan. That night, she prayed, and God answered, not with words, but with a dream. In the dream, Naomi stood at a long table. Every seat was taken except one. Her name was written on it. As she hesitated, a voice said, "Sit. This table was prepared before they rejected you." She accepted the invitation. The conference hall was packed. Leaders, professionals, families, people from all walks of life. Naomi sat backstage, her heart racing. When her name was called, she stepped onto the stage, unaware that among the audience sat her mother, her younger brother, and her aunt. They hadn't come for her. They came because her name had been circulating on radio, on social media, whispered in places of influence. They came curious. They came skeptical. They didn't expect her. Naomi began to speak. She told the truth, not with bitterness, but with grace. She spoke about rejection, obedience, hunger, nights of doubt, and moments where God showed up when no one else did. The room fell silent. Some people cried openly. Then she said something that broke the atmosphere.
Sometimes God allows people to abandon you so you can hear his voice clearly. What they meant to destroy me, God used to introduce me to my calling. So no matter what happens,
twisted
just
now
yield to
into
him,
redemption.
and he will
After
show
the
you the
session,
way. He's
backstage
always
doors
so
opened.
close to you.
Naomi turned and saw them. Her mother looked smaller than she remembered. Her brother couldn't meet her eyes. No anger rushed through Naomi, only compassion. Her mother finally spoke, voice shaking. "We heard God is using you. We didn't know it would be like this." Naomi smiled gently and replied,
Neither did I. I only knew I had to obey.
Then came the turning point. Her mother confessed something Naomi never knew. The night Naomi was disowned, her father had fallen ill shortly after. Doctors found nothing wrong. He had grown quiet, restless, afraid. Before he died, he told them, "We fought the wrong battle. That girl belongs to God." Tears streamed down Naomi's face. Naomi prayed with her family right there. No accusations, no revenge, just healing. They didn't restore her old life. God gave her a new one. Sometimes God doesn't return you to where you came from. He brings those who rejected you to where He has taken you. If you're watching this right now and you feel rejected, if choosing God cost you relationships, comfort, or approval, let this story remind you of one truth. God never abandons what He has called. People may walk away, doors may shut, support may disappear, but heaven does not retreat when you obey. What looks like loss can be God clearing the way. What feels like rejection may be divine redirection, and the silence you're in might be the season where God is working loudest behind the scenes. The same God who stood with Naomi is standing with you. Even now, when my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Psalm 27:10 KJV. Hold on, stay faithful, keep walking. Your obedience is not wasted, and your story is not over.